If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button and of course subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com, and of course you can use the code TVM at checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. So EA have released another man of the match card. Of course, Manchester City beat Aston Villa 2-1, and the was it the man of the match? Either way, they gave him a man of the match card for his performance, Phil Foden. Now, I don't have a complaint necessarily, but on the other hand, you know me, I do love a good moan. Why couldn't they have just said, look, here's an 85 rated card because your team has just won a trophy? Now, I know a lot of people won't class the League Cup as a big trophy or anything that the club would like to win, but I'm a Liverpool fan, and hopefully at least we're about to win the league, and I still would have liked to have won the League Cup, So I don't understand why they couldn't have just gone, look, here's an 85 rated card. It's obviously that you're not going to get 3, 4, 5 informs for the rest of the season, so just celebrate you with a really good card. They didn't do that. They gave him an 81, which is just a basic inform upgrade, although I will say with an engine chem style in particular, this card isn't awful. He actually goes into an 87 rated cam, or an 85 rated winger, or an 86 rated left or right mid, actually. I know a lot of people won't be that interested. In fact, most of them have probably clicked off already, let's be honest. But if you're sticking around because either you couldn't be bothered to turn the video off, I see you, or because you're actually interested in this card, we'll get into the stats, because I don't think it's that bad. Considering it's an 81 rated card, and they could easily have bumped him up to 83, 85, or even higher, I still like this card. And in game, well, we'll get to the gameplay in just a second, but agility with the chem style is 99, balance goes to 99, the reactions are up by 5 to 80, so not amazing, but because he has good ball control, he's not like super fast, but he's got a little bit of pace to him, and of course his agility is high enough, especially with the chem style. In fact, his agility is very high without the chem style. You should be able to get by without the reactions. That is something that I always say, high agility, high ball control with pace, and don't worry about the reactions. And of course, if you've got high reactions and you don't quite have the agility or the ball control, again, you should still be fine. Good ball control, 91, 93 dribbling, 84 composure. Again, I don't believe that stat really matters this year. The only other stats worth mentioning really are 90 acceleration, 84 sprint speed, and then 93 short passing with 89 vision. That is, of course, with the chem style. Without the chem style, it's not quite as crisp. But still, of course, everyone's going to put a chem style on their card anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. The downside to this card, of course, I mean, there's plenty of them, but the real standout downsides come under the physicality department, really. 78 stamina. That for a winger is not great. I mean, you are quite literally going to have to sub him out. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the game, and I know a lot of you won't have used these cards, but Insigne and Mertens both have very good stats across the board, but they just don't have stamina. So the problem with those is that you can use them for about 60-70 minutes full pelt without worrying about the stamina, and all of a sudden you're either conserving energy or you have to sub them off. There's just no way around it, and unfortunately Phil Foden is absolutely no different whatsoever. I will say that for a couple of games I did put none of the gameplay in here, and I won't factor that into my decision, but for a couple of games I did put an attribute card on him just for physical, because I wanted to make sure that the stamina wasn't going to let me down, and I was going to get a full experience with him, really, because when reviewing a card, it gets to a point where you're thinking, right, well, normally I would take him off, right? But the problem with it is you don't want to take him off, because that's kind of the end of the video. So I kind of I put only a bronze one, but yeah, none of the gameplay in here though. I did that sort of by myself. I tell you what, right? Side note, while we're on the subject, Wayne Rooney on the ball there. The reason, not the reason. I just want to mention Wayne Rooney. I did a review on him and I said he was good. He actually got even better while playing with Phil Foden. I don't think it was anything to do with Phil Foden necessarily. I just think that the more you play with a player, the more you know what to do and what not to do, right? But anyway, just worth a mention. Phil Foden got a goal and an assist in that game there. He did very, very well, by the way, considering he obviously isn't the best of cards. I played him as a cam. I was going to try and play him as a striker, but I just don't think he quite had enough. And I say that as Kent drags one wide. Maybe he would have done better than him. But Kent's finishing is awful. Right? Not Kent. Foden's finishing is awful. It's only 72 with 76 shot power. He doesn't have very good attack positioning either. Kent looked like he was shot then. But anyway, I didn't want to put him up front. You could easily give him like a sniper chem style or finisher, deadeye, whatever have you. But I didn't want to put him up front because he just doesn't seem like the type of player who would be a good striker in this game. Should have scored there to win it, but unfortunately Mane kicked it straight at the keeper's leg. It was a good save. That is the kind of team that we're playing against in this session. Every single team had at least one or two icons, and they all had these Future Stars cards. I'm so jealous because I can't afford any of them. There's Hadji building play forward, Kent doing a little drag back. Phil Foden will get involved here, and on the ball his drag backs are very, very clean. He gets in here, and the thing that lets me down with him, the weak foot. He is left-footed, but he's only got a 3-star weak foot. So in that instance, honestly, if he had a 4-star, maybe even a 5-star weak foot, he would have scored. Fortunately, minutes later, he managed to get himself on the score sheet, but that's irrelevant because he should have scored first time round for me, but either way, it is what it is. Now, this isn't necessarily a card that you're going to want to pick up and go straight into champs with, and then come to me and complain that you're not winning champs games because he's trash. Well, obviously, you can't go into FUT Champs in March with an 81 rated card. I mean, unless you are that good, you know. I'm sure most of you can, but people like me, you won't be able to. Good ball out toward Hadji there. Good football. But in terms of having a bit of fun in Rivals, or I know a lot of people still play squad battles, you can definitely get away with this card. His passing range is brilliant. He's got that sort of outside of the left foot or the right foot passing. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it with his right foot, but he's got that agility and that dribbling ability to cut inside. And he is very, very capable. And I love playing with cards like this because you go into it with literally no expectation whatsoever. You're thinking, right, well, this is going to be an absolute disaster. And I'm going to review a lot of these type of cards going forward. Now, of course, when I do get a chance to review the big boys, I will do. But I will be more than happy to review some of the quote-unquote lesser players, that, you know, the lower rated ones. Because I feel like a lot of them will surprise you. He won't give up the fight. I think he scores a bit of a worldie here, actually. At least it's not a worldie, but it's a good goal. And you can look at the time, 85 minutes, 1-1, gets in there, plays a good ball. Eden Hazard spins it back round to him. Lovely drag back here, and bang, bottom corner. And that actually won us the game 2-1. It wasn't too dissimilar to Manchester City's win over Aston Villa in the sense that he got a goal contribution and they won 2-1. But either way, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think it's a good card. Now, of course, it is in a Class 3, so it's not like I'm sitting here thinking, right, well, what team do you want to build around him and get him into FUT Champs? No, it's not that type of card. It's just a card that you can go out and have a bit of fun with in Rivals. You do have to be wary of a few things. I have noted them down on the left-hand side. The weak foot we've already touched upon, so we'll leave that alone. But the strength, I did mention it at the beginning, and of course the stamina, but the strength is very problematic. I mean, he's got 48 strength. That is bad for a bag of sugar. I mean, it really isn't. He just doesn't feel sturdy. He's 5'7" as well. He doesn't really feel that short in game, but short enough. With 48 strength as well, it really isn't ideal. I'd be a little bit concerned by it if you are coming up against the likes of Van Dijk and what have you. You know, game in, game out. That's when he's going to have a few problems. Of course, I played him as a cam. You don't need to. You can play him as a right-sided player. You can even play him as a striker if you're daring enough. I wouldn't necessarily recommend playing him as a CM because he just doesn't have the strength. He can't really go like shoulder to shoulder or anything like that, and that's the problem with him. So either use him as a winger, get down the outside, cut in, and then play it across to one of your strikers as per FIFA 20, or play him as a cam, because his passing is very, very good. And that is exactly why I've got it down there as a positive. But in terms of a Class 3 player, he is actually very good. But you've got to bear in mind, of course, I'm giving him an 87 in a Class 3. I'm not saying he's 87 rated across the board for every card. You know, compare him to Mbappe, and no, of course. But that's going to do it for the Phil Foden review. Let me know what you think of the card in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.